Have you ever found yourself searching for just the right way to say something in English? Like, how do you talk about what's happening right now, this very second, compared to something that, just happens all the time?
Yeah, that subtle difference.
Hmm.
It can really change the whole feel of what you're saying, can it? Getting it right makes you sound so much more natural.
It really does. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. We want to unpack the difference between two really fundamental English tenses, the present continuous and the present simple.
Right. The mission here is basically to make this clear, make it practical so you can, use it confidently. Yeah. Talking about what you're doing now versus what you do generally.
And to help us do that, we're using some great examples from a podcast called Coffee Break English. It's designed for pre-intermediate learners.
That's right, A2 level. And it's brilliant because it uses real texts, real situations to teach grammar and improve speaking.
Yeah, I really like that approach, learning through context, not just rules. Plus, fun fact, the hosts are Scottish, so you get a bit of accent exposure too, which is always good.
Absolutely. Learning grammar in a real-world setting is just, so much more effective.
Okay, so let's introduce our main example. It's Katrina. She's Scottish, normally lives in Manchester, and this is key for us today. Right now, she's on holiday in Italy.
Yes, and her descriptions of this holiday are just perfect for showing these tenses in action.
Where is she exactly?
She's on the Amalfi Coast with her husband, her son, her sister, and her sister's 3 kids. So quite a group.
A proper family holiday then. So this temporary situation, being away from home, that's the backdrop.
Exactly. And it immediately gives us our first example. What does she say right at the start?
Yes. She says, "We are staying in a small house in the countryside on the Amalfi Coast."
Boom. There it is. We are staying. That's the present continuous. It signals an action happening now, or crucially here, a temporary situation. They don't live there, right? It's just for the holiday.
Okay, so the structure is the subject, we, then are the verb to be, and then the main verb stay with ing added, staying.
Precisely. Subject plus amizar plus verbing. Think doing, making, playing. It's about what's in progress or what's temporary.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. So it's not just this exact second. It could be this week, this month, like a temporary project I'm working on.
Yes, exactly that. It's about the now in a broader sense sometimes, or something happening for a limited time. Think about your own life. Maybe you're reading a particular book at the moment. You'd say, I am reading, even if not at this exact second.
That makes perfect sense.
Right.
And then almost immediately, Katrina gives us the perfect contrast.
She does indeed. What does she say about her normal life?
She says, we live in Manchester.
And there's the present simple, we live. Why? Because that's where they normally reside. It's a permanent situation, a general truth about her life.
Wow. Okay, so we are staying, temporary holiday house. We live permanent home in Manchester, putting them side by side like that.
It makes the difference incredibly clear, doesn't it? It's not abstract anymore. You see it working in a real sentence about a real situation.
Absolutely. Here's where it gets really interesting for me. So what other things does she say are happening right now on her holiday using that ing form?
Oh, plenty. She paints a lovely picture. The sun is shining and it's very hot. Then about breakfast. We are having breakfast in the garden. The adults are drinking coffee. The children are drinking fresh orange juice. And my favorite, we are all eating some chocolate pastries.
Sounds like a pretty good morning. And all those ing verbs tell us these actions are happening right at that moment as she's describing it.
Exactly. They're in the middle of breakfast. The sun is out. It's all happening now.
But wait, she said the sun is shining and it is very hot. Why isn't it is being very hot? Isn't the hot weather happening right now too?
That's a fantastic question and a really common point of confusion. You hit on a key exception. We generally don't use the present continuous with the verb to be when it's describing a state or a quality, like being hot or tall or happy.
Oh, okay.
Think of it this way. Being hot isn't really an action you're performing, it's a state. So we just use the simple form. It is hot, I am hungry, they are tired. Using being often implies someone is acting a certain way, maybe temporarily or unnaturally.
Right, like he's being silly means he's acting silly right now, not that he's inherently a silly person.
Yeah.
But the weather just is hot.
You've got it. That's the aha moment for many people. It's a state, not an ongoing action.
That makes so much more sense now.
Yeah.
Okay, but then Katrina uses the present continuous in another way that seems different. She talks about her plans. This morning we are going to the beach, and then later we are having lunch in a little pizza restaurant. These haven't happened yet.
Yes. This is the other major use of the present continuous. We use it to talk about definite future plans or arrangements, things you've already decided and organized.
So because they've already planned to go to the beach and have lunch, she uses are going and are having, even though it's the future.
Exactly. It shows a strong sense of certainty about the plan. Think about how often we do this in English. What are you doing tonight? I am meeting Sarah for dinner. We are flying to Spain next week. These are all fixed arrangements.
Okay, so present continuous isn't just now or temporary now. It's also definite future plans. That's really useful.
It's incredibly common for talking about your schedule, your diary, things that are set.
So we've covered temporary actions, things happening right now, and future plans with the continuous tense. What about getting back to the present simple? Katrina uses it again when she contrasts the lovely Italian weather with home.
Right. She says, in Manchester, it isn't usually warm. It is usually rainy and cloudy. Back to general truths, typical situations.
And I noticed that word usually in there. That seems important.
It is. That's an adverb of frequency. Words like usually, often, sometimes, never, rarely, normally, hardly ever. They signal that we're talking about habits or how often something happens, which means we typically use the present simple.
So those words are like clues for the tense?
Pretty much. And notice where they go. Usually before the main verb, we often go swimming. But
after the verb to be, like, it is usually rainy.
Spot on. That placement is a common pattern. Before main verbs, after to be.
Okay, that's a great tip. And she gives more examples of habits, right? Like swimming. Back home, we often go swimming in the local pool, but we never swim outside.
Because it's too cold. A general truth about swimming habits in Manchester, perhaps.
And breakfast habits, too. At home, we hardly ever have pastries for breakfast. We normally have cereal and toast.
Again, present simple signaled by hardly ever and normally. It tells you about their routine.
And one more. In the UK, we rarely have ice cream.
All perfect examples of using present simple for habits, routines, and general truths, often paired with those adverbs of frequency. It builds a picture of their regular life.
And it gives us those little cultural insights, too. The slightly less reliable UK weather, the typical breakfast. It's quite charming.
It really is. Context makes grammar come alive.
Now, right at the end, Katrina just says simply, oh, well, we're on holiday. We are on holiday, right? Present simple again.
Exactly. It circles back beautifully to that point about the verb to be. Being on holiday is her current state, her temporary status, yes, but it's a state of being, not an action she's performing. So present simple of to be, we are on holiday, not we are being on holiday.
Got it. It's describing the situation itself.
Precisely. It concisely summarizes why things are different right now.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. What does this all mean for you listening right now? Well, it means you've got these two amazing tools, the present continuous and the present simple, to talk about your life with much more precision.
That's the core takeaway. Use present continuous for things happening right now, for situations that are temporary, or for those definite future plans we talked about.
And use the present simple for things that are generally true, for your habits and routines, or for permanent situations, like where you live or basic facts.
Understanding that distinction just opens up your ability to communicate much more clearly, much more naturally in English. It's about painting the right picture. Is it happening now, or does it happen all the time?
So here's a little something to think about as you go about your day. Start listening out for these tenses. When you hear people speaking English, maybe in a movie, a song, or just conversation, notice how they use the present simple and present continuous.
Yeah, pay attention. How often are people talking about what they're doing right now versus what they usually do? You might be surprised how much this distinction pops up once you start looking for it.
Challenge yourself. Try and identify why someone chose one tense over the other. Is it temporary? Is it a habit? Is it a future plan? You'll probably find you notice it way more now.